10 one-hit wonders from 1975 that time forgot. From last-minute recording decisions to rejected demos that eventually topped the charts, the path to Billboard success in 1975 was anything but guaranteed.
Over Barnacle Bridge and Bay, till we grew into.
These songs became the soundtrack to summer road trips, high school dances, and countless memories during a pivotal year in music history. Each track holds a fascinating behind-the-scenes story waiting to be revealed. Get ready for our complete countdown as we revisit these musical time capsules and discover which artist recorded their hit while broke, which song contains a secret tribute, and which one-hit wonders actually had multiple chart successes history has forgotten. 10. Thank God I'm a Country Boy.
Well, I got me a fine, I forgot me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle.
John Denver's Live Gamble. While some artists were moving away from their roots in 1975, John Denver was doing exactly the opposite, embracing country music with infectious enthusiasm. But his third #1 hit of the year, Thank God I'm a Country Boy, broke convention by charting as a live recording instead of a studio production. Denver's bandmate John Martin Summers wrote the song, inspired by memories of his upbringing while traveling on Denver's tour bus. Though a studio version existed on the Back Home Again album, radio DJs across America preferred the energetic live version from An Evening with John Denver. 9. One of These Nights, Eagles' Turning Point.
One of these nights.
The Eagles were heading in a different direction, deliberately abandoning their signature sound. That summer, One of These Nights became their second #1 hit of 1975, representing a musical declaration of independence that forever altered the band's trajectory. Don Henley and Glenn Frey pushed to evolve beyond their country rock origins. It was our breakthrough song, Henley later explained, the track that best typified the combination of country and R&B they sought. Randy Meisner's distinctive bass line created a pulsing, hypnotic foundation unlike anything in their earlier catalog. Like a musical metamorphosis, their falsetto vocals and R&B influences created internal tensions. Bernie Leadon, a founding member committed to their country roots, found himself increasingly at odds with this new direction. The chart success validated Henley and Frey's vision, but by December 1975, Leadon had left the group, the bittersweet price of artistic reinvention. 8. Laughter in the Rain, Neil Sedaka. As the Eagles lost a band member,
Without an umbrella, we're soaked to the skin. I feel a shiver.
another artist was experiencing something far rarer in the music world, a genuine second act. February 1st, 1975 marked the exact moment Neil Sedaka completed one of music's most unlikely resurrections when Laughter in the Rain reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, a position he hadn't occupied since the early 1960s. The British invasion had effectively ended Sedaka's American career, sending him to the UK where audiences still appreciated his melodic sensibilities. His salvation came from an unexpected champion, Elton John, who signed him to Rocket Record Company. Laughter in the Rain stood in stark contrast to 1975's musical landscape, with its lush orchestration and romantic imagery swimming against the current of funk rhythms and hard rock dominating American airwaves. 7. Fame, David Bowie's American Experiment. While Sedaka found redemption in the spotlight, Wind and Fire into Grammy winners across the Atlantic, another artist was crafting his own breakthrough. David Bowie had enjoyed years of stardom in the UK, but America remained somewhat elusive until a chance encounter changed everything. In 1975, during the recording sessions for Young Americans, Bowie's trajectory shifted when John Lennon visited the Philadelphia studio. Their casual hangout transformed into a creative session that produced Fame, Bowie's first American #1 hit. In the dimly lit studio, guitarist Carlos Alomar created the song's backbone, a funky riff originally developed for a foot-stompin' cover. This distinctive guitar line gave Fame a unique groove, perfectly complementing Bowie's exploration of celebrity's darker aspects. The lyrics captured Bowie's disillusionment with the music industry. His plastic soul phase revealed his ability to absorb American musical styles while maintaining his British artistic perspective. 6. Shining Star, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
When you wish upon a star, hey.
As David Bowie conquered America, another group was looking skyward for their breakthrough moment. In 1975, Earth, Wind, and Fire's Maurice White stepped outside the Caribou Ranch studio during a challenging recording session for That's the Way of the World, a pivotal film soundtrack. As White gazed at the Colorado mountain sky, inspiration struck like a bolt of clarity through the darkness. That cosmic moment birthed Shining Star, a funk anthem with an uplifting message that cut through the economic gloom of mid-70s America. The song's fusion of funk rhythms, jazz harmonies, and soulful vocals offered listeners more than just danceable grooves.
Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. Shining star for you.
It delivered self-empowerment when many Americans needed it most. 5. My Eyes Adored You, Frankie Valli.
Though I never laid a hand on you, my eyes.
While Maurice found inspiration at the mountains, another artist was taking a financial gamble that would make or break his career. In 1975, Frankie Valli stood at a critical crossroads when Motown Records rejected what would become one of the year's defining hits. Like betting his future on a single melody, Valli emptied his bank account to purchase the master recording of My Eyes Adored You for $4,000. After facing rejection from virtually every label in the business, Valli reflected, "I believed in the song and took the risk." When Private Stock Records finally took a chance on the nostalgic ballad about unrequited high school love, something magical happened. The song's wistful storytelling resonated deeply with listeners navigating the economic hardships of the mid-70s. This last-ditch effort transformed into Valli's first solo #1 hit and breathed new life into the Four Seasons, sparking a remarkable comeback few could have predicted. 4. Before the Next Teardrop Falls, Freddie Fender.
That mattered most of all.
As Frankie Valli avoided bankruptcy, another artist was breaking down cultural barriers in his own revolutionary way. In 1975, when most hit songs stuck to a single language, Freddie Fender's Before the Next Teardrop Falls changed the game by featuring verses in both English and Spanish. This bold fusion defied industry norms and paid off spectacularly as the song climbed to #4 for the year and conquered both country and pop charts simultaneously. Born Baldemar Huerta, Fender overcame significant obstacles, including prison time for marijuana possession in the 1960s, before finding success. What many don't realize is that Teardrop was recorded in a single take during leftover studio time after at least 30 other artists had already failed with the same song. 4. Philadelphia Freedom, Elton John.
I used to be a rolling stone, you know, if a cause was right.
While Freddie Fender was enjoying his success, another superstar was quietly dominating the 1975 charts. Elton John scored his third #1 hit with Philadelphia Freedom, a song Americans embraced as a patriotic anthem during the bicentennial preparations. But this apparent celebration had nothing to do with Liberty Bells or Founding Fathers. In reality, Elton wrote the song for his friend, tennis star Billie Jean King, and her team, the Philadelphia Freedoms. In the studio, Bernie Taupin crafted deliberately ambiguous lyrics that could serve dual purposes. Gene Page's orchestration enhanced this duality with soaring strings and upbeat tempo that gave the recording a distinctly American feel, unusual for a rock song and a departure from Elton's typical sound. This clever musical sleight of hand was particularly innovative during the bicentennial era, as the song supported King's fight for equality while Americans waved flags to what they believed was a patriotic anthem. 2. Rhinestone Cowboy, Glenn Campbell.
With a subway token and a dollar tucked inside my shoe.
While Elton John was crashing the billboards, another musical resurrection was taking place across the Pacific. In 1975, Glenn Campbell found himself at a career crossroads, his once bright spotlight dimming. Driving through Australia, Campbell heard a song on the radio that stopped him cold. Rhinestone Cowboy, written and recorded by Larry Weiss in 1974, featured lyrics about a determined performer that mirrored Campbell's own struggle to stay relevant after the British invasion had pushed many American artists aside. Like a dormant star reigniting, Campbell immediately connected with the song. His version, blending country authenticity with pop accessibility, soared to #1 on both charts, landing at #2 on Billboard's year-end chart for 1975. This perfect marriage of artist and material became the signature song he'd carry for life. 1. Love Will Keep Us Together, Captain and Tennille.
Love will keep us together.
When it comes to chart-topping hits of 1975, nothing quite captured America's heart like Love Will Keep Us Together. This infectious tune dominated the music scene, spending 4 weeks at #1 while becoming Billboard's top single of the entire year and earning Captain and Tennille a Grammy for Record of the Year. The song had a fascinating origin story. It was Daryl Dragon, the captain himself, who discovered the track while flipping through a Neil Sedaka album in their small home studio. Despite Sedaka's star having faded in America, Dragon's trained ear caught something special, and he convinced his wife and musical partner Tony to record it. What makes their version remarkable is how they crafted it almost entirely themselves. In the warm confines of their studio, Dragon played virtually every instrument: keyboards, guitar, bass, everything except the drums, which were handled by session legend Hal Blaine. This DIY approach gave the song its distinctive sound, and that's just scratching the surface of how these classic 1975 hits continue to live on.
Love will keep us together.
The impact of these songs extends far beyond their original chart runs. These tracks have become cultural touchstones, appearing in films, commercials, and inspiring new generations of artists to create their own interpretations. Share with us the memories and moments you went through while listening to this iconic hits.